what you have to do, the hard thing, and the reward of what you get is like this here. And the hard thing is just stepping outside of your comfort zone and take the leap, even though you are nervous, of just going up to someone and saying hello, because they're probably nervous as well.
Yeah.
And they'll be really thankful that someone came up, and then you never know, you might just meet someone you really, really get on with, and like that for me is like invaluable. For you to just build up the courage to step outside your comfort zone to get something back, which is money can't pay for, is like, just do it.
Meet Eamon Swail, the visionary behind Sober Social, a fast-growing movement changing the way young people connect, socialise and meet others in Northern Ireland. Sober Social is a community built around fun, connection and real conversation, all without the pressure of alcohol. In this episode, we delve into Eamon's inspiring journey, the truth about social pressures of going out, and how Sober Social is creating a brand new lane for fun, community and authenticity. Together, we explore Eamon's personal journey, the purpose behind the brand, and how he's creating a brand new kind of nightlife. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, or whatever you fancy, because you're watching the official Young Hunger podcast. My name is Michael Burgess, and enjoy the episode.
Hi, I'm Eamon, and I'm the founder of Sober Social, and I'm really looking forward to chatting to Michael on the Young Hunger podcast.
Eamon, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me on, Michael.
So we are in your gym.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, it hasn't been that long since I actually came across you and your content and stuff, because my best mate, I think we were just talking one day and we're saying like how there isn't enough like social interaction with people if it doesn't include drink.
Yeah.
And funny enough, he actually reached out to me like a day or two later and said there's actually a thing called Sober Social. It was so weird, like we just spoke about it.
What
and
was
it's
his
like
name?
Sam Duncan, have you
Yeah.
heard it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, here, I'll get you to add him into he'll add you into the group chat. And I was like, oh. And then now we're here.
Yeah.
What I really liked is I like what you're doing. I like how you're doing it. And then I like how you as a person is like doing this. And I feel like it's really needed and stuff. I feel like in Northern Ireland, even UK and stuff, there's such a big like drinking culture. And it's kind of refreshing seeing something like this here in our home and stuff. So tell me, like, what actually inspired you to like start like Sober Social?
Well, so I did a sobriety challenge like from February to I don't even know, maybe late March, February to April. So it was like 66 days, and the whole point was to try to break the habit of just going out every weekend for the sake of it. Like,
Yeah.
and the reason I was going out was not because I wanted to drink. It was like, oh, I just want to socialize. Like, I want to see people.
Yeah.
I want to meet new people, or I want to see my mates. And the only way to do that was through the pub, because during the day, like, people might be playing football, or, they've got other activities. Some people are working and stuff. So Saturday night was like, or Saturday night was like the common time people are free.
Mm.
And then Sunday people would be hanging. So like you never really got to do anything.
Yeah.
So when I did that challenge of not drinking, like I still went out, and I was like I still went out, but I just wasn't, having any booze. And like I was there, and like I had to put on this show, like of like, not a show, but like I had to bring so much energy for me to enjoy it. And then when I come, like I would drive home and I would be like, I am exhausted, and I'm getting home at 2 a.m. and then I'm waking up late. I'm like, I still sort of feel hungover,
Yeah.
even though I didn't drink, And I was like, I'm not seeing the benefits of not drinking. When is this magic going to start, where I start to feel like, oh, like Superman?
Yeah.
So I sort of like worked it out. It's like, hey, what's working, what's not working? And I was just like, every need of mine is being met in terms of like my fitness. I'm really getting a good routine, and the weights are going up. I'm getting fitter. My business, like, client retention is better. I'm making more money. But there's like still this empty gap of like, I'm still not that need of like making connection and making new friends, or, deepening connection with my own mates and stuff, there's a hole there. And for me, going out, even if I was going out sober, like it wasn't scratching that itch for me. So that's why I decided to start Sober Social. And I was just like, look, like a really simple idea, like meet up, we'll do some activity where it's low entry, and it's not like a performance task. It's not a competition. It's all meet together, have a bit of crack, maybe get like a coffee afterwards, and you can go home on your day and you can start Monday fresh again, because for me, because I'm self-employed, like I can't afford really on Monday and Tuesday to be absolutely dying
Yeah,
all over. So that's why I started it simply because I wanted it. I genuinely, like, this is not me like trying to be like, you know, humble or anything. I genuinely would have been buzzing if one event got 20 like that for me. I was like that would be really good. I was expecting like 4 or 5, but like, you know, except for the first event we had like 24, but every other event after that has been like 50 plus. So oh no, it's been class. Like,
It's pretty fresh though, isn't it? When did you actually start? When did you start? Like April time or something, was it? Or
idea was April. Luckily, I've got a video of me, you know, like documenting it.
that's cool.
Yeah, which was really cool to see, you know, where I've said like that this, you know, I'm starting it, and then it took me still 4 weeks to actually put it in motion, just because I was like, oh, you know, we spoke about it before, but like, people are like, there was no risk to it. There was risk to me starting, because I was like, I don't want to get embarrassed here. I don't want to say to people here, I'm going to be here this Sunday morning, come along if you want to, and it's on Instagram. Like, if one person showed up or like no one showed up, I would have been a bit like, oh, that's embarrassing. You know, it is embarrassing. So
It's like, embarrassment's the cost of entry, isn't it?
yeah, which is, yeah, what we were talking about earlier. And like, so that's what put me off. And then I'd actually seen a guy from Armagh, his name's Joe McClelland. He actually commented on my TikTok. He then did a thing. So I had made the video where I was like, oh, I want to do sober social in April. And then I think he started the like men's C group like 3 weeks later. And I was like, he had done it, and I was a whole like, it's for men's mental health and men's only. And I was like, almost like, I was like, Eamon, come on, you've had this idea, like get it going, you know, because other people are going to do it. So that's when I was like, right, okay, need to do it. And yeah, I went for it. And I'm not gonna lie, see, once I posted it, the video, that night going to bed, like I woke up the next day like wanting to take it down. That was the honest opinion. I was just like, why have I done this? Because I was so scared of it being a failure. And that's just the honest truth. Like,
How many events have you done now? Is it the third or fourth?
we've done 4 events. 1, 2, 3. No, yeah. So the 4th event will be this Sunday. And we do a weekly run club with Juice Jar at the minute. So it's been like 1 event a month is how I've sort of structured it, just because like I do have another job, like I coach, and I've people have paid me money for a service, so I need to attend to them first before I do the sober social. And it needs to be at a pace where I can comfortably do it. But after this one, I'm going to be looking to move it to a model where we're doing stuff a lot more frequently, like big event, you know, at the end of the month, but you've got many sort of events throughout
That's a good idea.
throughout, you know, because I want the communities built there now, and now it's just trying to build the community and try to get more people in. But I just wanted to get it to a place where I was comfortable with it now, and I feel like I'm at that stage to take it to the next step.
Because I've seen some of the content, like you sort of get up and you talk. I was actually thinking like, whoa, like all these people, like what, 30, 40, 50 people are like looking you like looking to be led essentially, and like you have to stand up and talk. Like that's scary, you know, like.
Yeah, I said this to you before, like I sort of take that for granted because my job is coaching, and I coach in front of 10, you know, 15 people a few times a day. I'm used to like standing in front of people saying, this is what we're doing today. I want you to do it like X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Any problems, come to me and I help you.
Yeah.
So that for me, that part I actually found
Easiest probably.
easiest, honestly. Like it, because I'm used to it and I just take it for granted. So I didn't see that as valuable, but it actually wasn't until today we started talking. I was like, that actually it is a hard skill for people to do.
I think it overlaps a lot, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you know, similar, like you're like teaching people and like telling people, like guiding them.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, you're sort of guiding people through. Because I feel like, especially even for like myself, if I was to go, I haven't been yet, but I'm going.
Promise.
I promise. I'd be sort of slightly nervous, like meeting new people, as you probably would.
Oh, see meeting new people, it is like one of the most nerve-wracking things ever. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. I joined a new gym there like 2 weeks ago. And like, honestly, going up, I knew no one. I've never been as nervous before. I'm so good for me to be like, this is what it feels like to come to maybe in a sober social event on your own, or maybe with someone else. You know, it's so nerve-wracking, and that doesn't really get easier. Like that for me, I run, you know, events where people meet each other. I still find it hard to go to somewhere else and meet new people. Like that will always be hard, but it's like that one hard thing always gets easier because the next time you go, you know a few more people that and like
The reps.
yeah, reps, and then the reward is like like what you have to do, the hard thing, and the reward of what you get is like this here, and the hard thing is just stepping outside of your comfort zone and having the confidence, or just take not even the confidence, just like take the leap, even though you are nervous of just going up to someone and saying hello, because they're probably nervous as well,
Yeah.
and they'll be really thankful that someone came up, and then you never know, you might just meet someone you really, really get on with, and like that for me is like invaluable. You know, you can't just pay. I can't pay you £200 to be my friend. You know, I'm sure maybe the money was right, like, but you know what I mean. Like, for you to just build up the courage to step outside your comfort zone to get something back, which is money can't pay for, is like I'm like, just do it.
I feel like I don't know what we did before COVID. Like, I think now it's needed essentially. Like something like know so many people who like aren't going out. Like even myself sometimes, I probably don't go out enough. But I feel like you really need that like human interaction, especially with like the opposite sex as well. Like you do need that as like a especially a young man and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, but the dating scene now is like I think it's brutal. Like it's like if you're looking at online apps, like it's just crap. Like
Mm.
you've got like our Tinder or Hinge, and it's just like oh, I don't know, it's just not real life. It's like you're skipping the first part of actually getting to know them. Like so if you're both basically qualifying each other, I find you physically attractive. You know, like if you match with someone, you've both said, okay, I find you physically attractive. In the real life, a girl and a guy don't go up who've never met each other, right? I find you attractive. You know, that's not how we've evolved for it to work. You know, we evolved by meeting them, you know, in a social setting and getting to know them first. And that's not what sober social is. You know, it's not like a dating company, but it's like it is just a chance as well for people to make friends, but also potentially to meet someone new, you know, like a new partner. And as well, like I think guys put on a lot of pressure on themselves when they speak to a girl because maybe they don't do it often enough. And if the only place you're speaking to them is on a night out, it's like I feel like people put so much pressure on themselves. Rather, if you come to like sober social, it's just like we have activities. I always make sure there's activities for people to do, and it's something to break the ice, and it doesn't become this big thing of, oh my God, I'm talking to a girl. It becomes more natural. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, I think for men and women, you know, it's good to just, again, if you're working from home all the time, when are you socializing or meeting someone your own age, you know, friend, platonic or romantic, you know, and you're not putting out so much pressure, yeah, to meet someone, you know, yeah, on a night out or something.
I feel like what's like the mission behind the brand? Like,
What is the mission behind the brand? Good question. What is the mission behind the brand? I just want to I want to bring connection back, you know, like the last event I had was genuinely one of the best days of my life. Like the first 6 hours was like I was like working and I was going back. I was in coach mode, you know, telling people what to do. No, when you know, to be honest, I was really bossy. Like just you know, I probably wasn't that fun to be around. You know, my mates that knew me. It was like very like locked. You know, like
locked in.
Blinkers on.
Yeah.
But then once the event started to tie down, people started to leave. We were wrapping things up, and I was like, I just need to sit down here. For 5 minutes, sat down, and then the place where we're at, we had a campfire. I mean, everyone ended up sitting around the campfire, sat there for 2 hours, no cameras on, nothing. And I had this game playing where you basically ask people questions, like really deep questions. You know, there's 3 levels, which there's icebreakers, and then the third level is like really deep. And people, like strangers, were telling each other, what would younger you be proud of you now for? And I was like, it was class, honestly. Like 12 strangers, not strangers, but people didn't really know each other, like sharing something that you wouldn't speak to your mates of like 12 years about. And it wasn't forced. It was like really, it was mental. And I was like, I haven't felt this since maybe school, you know, pre-COVID. And I'm like, we need more of this. And yeah, so I just want to bring back connection.
Real tangible stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like proper, like, as you say, like online, you don't get that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how often do you really like open up like that to your mates or family and stuff? You don't really like.
Yeah, like talking about like opening up and stuff, like for men, like definitely find it a lot harder. Like I always think if you tell 2 men to sit down and talk about their feelings or open up. Even thought that you just want to ball up. But like for me, the events and stuff, what we do, especially for guys, make it easy for them. It's like got an activity, something to do, something for them to focus on and think they're, helping out or not helping out, but they've got a task.
Yeah.
Do the task, and when they're doing that, it's like, oh lads, I had a really bad week, and they're maybe playing volleyball, or do you know what I mean? It breaks the ice, and then they start to open up. And bringing it back to that campfire, we were going around about what would younger you be proud of you about, and one lad opened up saying about how he used to get hit out all the time when he was younger, like because he couldn't control his temper. And then I came back six people later to another lad, and he said, I actually had anger management problem as well. And I knew this guy. I did not know that about him, and I would surprise you. And then he told me after, he's like, I wouldn't have said that if
Your guy didn't say it?
your guy didn't say it. And that for me was just like, again, everyone says, like, about men's mental health and stuff. And like, I personally don't know if just saying, my personal opinion is like, if you say, oh, men speak more, that's just not enough. I'm sorry, that doesn't cut it. Like, don't get me wrong, services are there and they're great and stuff. But I think there was a study done, and it was like 80% of men that's like took their own lives, seeked out help, and did get help of, the talking to people. It just didn't work for them. So that's like another mission of like, I am trying to help. I'm not, I'm not making all about men, but I do want to help men, try to open up a wee bit more. Like, you don't have to be this big, strong man, I get it's good to be at times, but you need to be able to, it takes a strong man as well to open up and not be afraid to like put something out there and be vulnerable. So yeah, that was something, a hidden, maybe not goal, but something that popped up that I was like, wow, okay, this is helping this demographic as well.
If someone was watching this and they've never heard of like you or your events and stuff, what could they expect, I guess, from like a typical
like, I know we're really deep there, but like the main stuff, it's just good crack. It's like, if you're new to it, like, I'm not gonna lie, it will be nervous. You'll be nervous coming, but that's good. Like, being nervous for something is you're excited.
You're growing really?
Yeah, exactly. You're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're doing something new. And once you sort of break the ice, it's class crack, honestly. I always make sure like there's always something going on,
Yeah.
for people to like laugh at and enjoy. And one of the things people actually said to me was, and I've had this, loads of people have said to me, is like, they'll come to an event and then at the end of the event, they'll go to me and say, Eamon, I wasn't on my phone the whole time. They are so present. So you can expect to come to the event, and to be honest, you're not going to be on your phone. You're going to be so engaged with everything that's going on. And again, another hidden problem that comes up are relations to your phone. Like, me, myself, obviously I'm taking the event, but everyone there was like, yeah, I just haven't been on my phone because I've been so busy talking to people, doing stuff. And that's really refreshing to do and hear.
How do you I guess create that like atmosphere, like taking the drink out? Like, how do you create that atmosphere of like crack and stuff? Like, is that hard to do? Like, sort of getting everyone involved, getting everyone mixing and things. And
yeah, so like that was hard. Like, and it's one of those things where I can't say exactly there's a step to step, thing. But like, for our second event, so the first event we just had a seat up and coffee.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it, but looking back on the event, so I sort of, the next day I reflected on it, and I was like, there was about 24 people there, but you probably had about 6 or 7 different groups, and all the groups just stayed to their own group, people they knew. There wasn't a lot of mixing, and I was like, the reason there wasn't any mixing was because there wasn't, the only time they mixed was in the sea jump, and that takes like 2 minutes, or getting in the water or whatever. So I was like, right, next event, I'm going to have loads of activities. So you don't have to go up to a group and say hello. You're just doing activity with them, and that breaks the ice. So
like volleyball and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So next event, went and bought a volleyball net, spike ball.
Yeah.
Bought 2 of them, or one of them, someone else brought one. But like French bulls, like American football. And then I paid lads to bring up a sauna as well. Now that all together, like I was at this stage, I'm like a grand down, but I knew it would make the event so much better. I actually told everyone, it's fine to say it now because it's past, but I told everyone we got a sponsor for the event for the sauna to come. I just paid off with my own back, but I didn't want to be like, yes guys, I've paid, like, and come off like, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that was so good. So I thought I would get that, and then everyone would just mix in. I'd be like, happy days. But when we got there, like people still stayed in the group, and I was like, oh my god. And then that was when Coach Eamon came out, and I was like, right, Eve, you're going there. Tom, you're joining in there. And I literally sent them to it. And at the start, I could see them being like, wow, like, whoa, like, what's going on? But I literally forced people to do it. And some people were great, like, about, some people loved mixing in, and I was and I was more getting the people that were a wee bit more shy to do it. So the first, like, hour of that event, I was, like, very much conducting it, being like, making people go everywhere. And then about 2 hours in, I was ending up chatting to this guy, and then we were chatting for about 5 minutes, and then I was like, oh, I need to go make sure everyone's mixing. And as soon as I turned, everyone, there was loads of different groups already with each other, mixing, chatting, laughing. And I was like, that for me was the first moment I was like, oh my God, it's working.
Working, yeah.
You know, and I was like, and I was able to just, oh,
Was that the third or second event?
that was the second event. So you're trial and error stuff, but you know what's working. And yeah, you know, once that happened, I was like, okay, this can work. This can work now. And you've sort of, not a formula, but yeah, you get better at setting up events and stuff.
It sort of just shows you like you have to have the trial and error
Oh,
to
yeah.
make it work. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to I feel like a lot of people probably had your idea, but just never did it.
Yeah.
Never started, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I feel like you were just saying about like your first ever event and like how you pushed past fear to like, because I feel like you had this idea in your head and you knew it would work. Even like being out money, you still knew it was going to work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you actually did get a sponsor. That was the funny thing.
Yeah. So yeah, like I knew it would, in my head, I could see it working. And then it literally was having the confidence, or just being able to bet on myself. And I say, like, it's great having Instagram and having these tools to get it seen to as many people. But like, there will be a day where there's a bump in the road or I mess up, and like, that's almost the worst thing as well, because it is so public. It can be put on Instagram. So that still is like an ongoing fear for me, but like, it's something everything can't be positive. Like,
Have you had much feedback?
yeah, like that's what like I subconsciously do at the events, is I'm chatting, especially near the end, I'm chatting, you know, what do you like about this, and not just saying this, like, but like people say like they love it, they absolutely like they do, and I love it as well. Like a good indication is to go, did I enjoy the event where I didn't when I wasn't having to set things up? Is like, was I able to chat to people and be present? If I can do that, then it's a good marker. Then I'll go and chat to other people, and I'll ask for honest feedback. I won't just say like, also, was there stuff you didn't really like, and that was how I got feedback from the first event to get activities in, because I asked one of the girls. She was just like, oh, it was really good, but I didn't mix with people. And I was like, right, okay, we need to sort that problem out. But yeah, as I said, there's no one, there's not like a model that I'm basing this off. I'm just going off my gut. I enjoy that. I like not there being a set way and me trying to figure it out. And I think it's also what is like almost like a unique selling point. It's like, I'm just going off my gut. Like,
Is it just yourself? Is there a team of you?
yeah, like just myself at the minute. Like I have Nick, who does my videos, but like he's like a contractor. I pay him, so every event, you know, he'll video for 6 hours, and then he gets paid that. And then, but like my friends have been great. Every like event, like if there's a barbecue going, two of my mates will be like, lads, can you do the barbecue? And they've been great. They do it every time, and they're doing the barbecue for like 2 hours. So people are willing to help out, and people actually want to help out. Like at every event, people like a lot of lads will come up to you, like, can I help you?
Helping
Can I do
someone,
something?
yeah.
And it is just that men just want to they want to help, they want to do something.
Stand at the barbecue and they want to do it.
Yeah, you know, and it's not work for them. They actually enjoy it. It's because it's something to take their mind off things. So at the minute, it's just me, but like in the future, like, you know, I do want to build this out. Do we have like a proper team? Because like there's only so much I can do by myself. Like,
especially like I want to hear sort of about you, like the man behind the brand as well. Like you do your gym stuff as well.
yeah. So I'm a coach, coach people in person and online, and then take classes as well. And we sort of highlighted it earlier, like overlap. Like this being a coach now is 100% giving me the skills to be able to take this, especially on the day of just being like, I need to have a plan. Just like, so if you come in to do a session with me,
Yeah.
I have a plan of what exercises we're doing, what order we're doing them in, whereabouts, squat bars over there, we're going to be dumbbell pressing here. And the confidence to just take charge and lead. Because that's what a coach does, is just they lead. So that for me definitely then translated to then the event. It's like, okay, first we're going to do the sea dip, then people, if they want to go out in the sun, they can, and then after we're going to have the food. As planning a session out, you're just planning an event out. It's very, very similar. And also like from like a social skills side, like one-on-one PTing is talking to someone for an hour straight.
So you don't know.
Like, yeah,
Stranger, really, isn't
exactly.
it?
And like when I worked in Liverpool like for a year, I would have done 12 sessions in a day. So that's 12, well, it was 45-minute sessions of just talking to people. So like you're picking up so many, you're not just learning about training, you're learning social skills, what makes people tick, like, so that there, when I meet someone new who comes to the event, it's like me signing a new client. It's their first session, and you just try to be as welcoming as possible and get to know them. So the two jobs overlap heavily, like, and I love coaching as well, but I'm really, really lucky in the situation I'm in at the minute, because I've got two things going that I like,
Absolutely love.
honestly, absolutely love. I always knew when I was younger, I was in school, I was like, I knew I just couldn't work for, like, there's no problem with it, but just for me personally, I just know I couldn't work for like a behind a desk all day. Like, honestly, the only reason was just 'cause I can't sit still for like longer than like an hour. Like, see, like double periods in school, like I hated them because I was like, I need to move. So that's probably why I've went down this career of like, I love moving, talking to people, doing stuff. And yeah, that has definitely given me the skills and the platform almost to create Sober Social.
What's been like your biggest like personal growth moment? Is there a moment you were like, I actually feel myself like really growing here?
Oh, good question. Probably like, like a personal growth point of view, there's loads of things like, but for me, maybe I would rather go to a Sober Social event than go on a night out. Like, honestly, that's like where I'm at the minute. And I know that's not like a skill wise or like a where your business is. If for me as a personally, I feel like that's just where I'm at the minute, where I actually care more about just actual proper connection. Um, and yeah, so that for me, yeah, I would rather, when I was like in uni, I loved it, like,
Yeah.
like going out 3 nights a week, and everyone does, but
You're not getting that same like conversation, like that depth. It's more like
No.
drunk talk.
yeah, like, and yeah, it's like you can only do so much of it. And I definitely scratched that itch like when I was in uni. And like I remember being in uni being like, oh my God, this is class. Like nothing will ever beat going out. But just like, and there's nothing wrong with going out at all. Like, I'm not demonizing drink, but just for me personally, like at the minute where I'm at, who knows, it might change. I just prefer real connection and being really present. Sometimes for me at the minute, like drinking, like just like drinking every weekend for me, it just, that doesn't cut it. Like, yeah, at the same bars and stuff. But
Especially if you're at the, like the health and fitness scene, you know what I mean? You were saying like self-employed, you need to be on the ball really.
yeah, that was the main. It's not even, yes, from a health point of view, like I'm very obsessed with like my training, like getting fitter and stuff, but like more from like a business point of view, like if I go out in the weekend, like I'm genuinely hanging until like Wednesday. And like the worst thing is sometimes like my clients, like I'll put off messaging them, like just because I feel a wee bit guilty, or like I can't be bothered. I'm like, there's no way as a coach your business is going to grow that, do you know what I mean? So that was the main reason. I was like, I'm self-employed, I don't have a manager, I have to be the one that picks me up on a Monday morning being like, right, get to work. So for me, just drinking every Saturday night, I was like, there's no way I can scale this at all. Not even scale it, like just sustain what I want to do,
Yeah.
so yeah.
The two of them don't really align, do they? Like,
No, like, nah, they don't. Like, and again, there is a time and a place for it. You might be going away somewhere, in the future, like you might, and it might be like a networking event, you know, and it's like a social lubricant for people. So,
I actually seen a bit of content you did with your guy. Was he from Galway?
yeah,
That's mad.
yeah,
Did he come from Galway to up to an event?
it was mad. Yeah.
Do you know him or anything? Or?
No, I honestly, I never met the fella before. He was so funny. So like he had texted in the group chat that day, being like, "Is anyone in city centre can do me a lift?" I didn't even know. Like, I just assumed he was from Belfast, so I was just like, "Yes, mate, no worries, I can pick you up." And so I went and picked him up, and as soon as I spoke to him, I noticed like a different accent. I was like, "Where are you from?" Like Dublin, you know, or something. And he's like, "No, I'm from Galway." And I was like, I was like, "Are you living up here in Belfast?" He's like, "No, I came from Galway." I was like, jaw hit the floor. And I was like, "So how did you get up?" And he was like, "Oh, I got the bus to Dublin Airport last night, slept in the airport."
Seriously?
Yeah, and then got the bus up to Belfast city centre and walked around the city centre for 5 hours. And I was just there like, oh my, this is like nuts, but class at the same time, because for me it was like, it just shows like how much of a need there is. And he was saying on the way up, you know, about how he had to go to work and stuff tomorrow, and like, you know, I was like, look, if you need to stay at mine, you can. Um anyway, and then like 7 hours later, he came up to me, he's like, "Is it sweet if I stay over?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And I wasn't going to just send him, you know, send him, "No mate, go back to Dublin Airport and sleep." And then I was going to Slough the next day, so we ended up then getting the bus down to Dublin together. So we and him spent like the full 48 hours. But it was brilliant. Like, you know, that was like, that for me is probably one of the maddest markers so far. If someone's willing to travel from Galway to come to it, like, yeah,
You must be doing something right
yeah,
if that's what he's doing. Like,
yeah,
and that's probably how friendships are made as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you can actually laugh about that now. Being
I
like,
know. Oh, it's so funny.
I
Like,
like the way he was like down to do like the content as well.
yeah, and he was brilliant. I sent him the content before before it went out and stuff. It's like, "Is this 100%?" He's like, "Work away and stuff," you know. So, no, it's good lad. Like,
Yeah. What about like, I guess, sober social in the next like 2, 3, 5 years? What does that look like?
good question again. So for all I can talk about is what I know is coming next. So first thing is the event, but at the minute we're doing one event a month. Now I want it to be going to a lot more frequent. I don't want to say like too much, because I don't want to give it away, but I want there to be a lot more meet points throughout the month, where you have maybe some lower entry stuff like hiking, where it's not like I have to organize like properly, you know, like food and everything, but it might be like, we're meeting here at X location. And then so you've got way more meet points throughout the month instead of just one event. Um, I then want to take it to a platform, like an app, where, because at the minute we've got like 550 people on a WhatsApp group chat, and I've got about 50, 60 messages. No, that's probably like probably about 30 messages I have to go through to like reply to people to add them to the group chat.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, but I in the WhatsApp group chat, I've turned off messaging, because I don't want it to be a spam group chat. I want that group chat to be for, this is what's happening next.
See you there.
Yeah, because there's no way to control 560 people or 600 people in a group chat. So the next step I want to take is taking it to another platform, where you're looking at a membership model. So you pay X amount a month, you get free entry to the low entry events, and then you get discounted off the main event. And then you have that online platform to be able to chat to other people, because at the minute there's nowhere, and I know we're stepping away from online, but I want that online platform to turn into something of people being like,
Are you going? Oh, I'm going.
yeah,
Yeah.
or even people being like, "Here, I have a spare spot for paddle tonight. Does anyone here want to come?" You know, like, giving them more, not authority, but yeah, letting them take more of a step into the sober social, and be like, they can put themselves out here saying, "Look," or, "It's really good weather. I'm at Botanic Park here. I've got a picnic. Does anyone want to join?" But it would be, I couldn't just make that free entry because anyone could join. It would have to be membership and people that have went to events before, so people know each other. Again, giving people more of a community, more touch points. So that's where I wanted to go to, you know, a membership model, and then way more events each month, and just keep the momentum going and going.
Who or what is the next event?
We're at Drip Cafe on the Eamon Road, we're doing a quiz night. So that was my first ticketed event. Everything before has just been thumbs up. The third event, I had a bit of cap on the numbers, because we were going to like a place after that could only hold so much. So this event, because it's a cafe, like you can't have 70 people in a cafe in this one. So the max, we looked it out and said like, right, what will be the best experience, like number wise, and we did 48. So we're gonna have 12 teams of 4, but I couldn't just be like, the first 48 thumbs up are going. So I had to, make it paid, but also I had to make it paid because I want it to become a business, not to make loads of money, but because I want to do this full time. But for me to do it full time, there needs to be money going into the business so we can make it bigger, better. I can give a little more time to it.
Is that your vision? Is that your goal?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I want this to be like, I want this to be a full scale business. I want to have a team around me. I want to have people I can trust, and people that can take up certain parts. People that are really good at one part better than me, they can take that bit. Get events going all over Ireland. Look at I want to do Dublin. I want to do Galway. I've never even been to Galway. I want to go to Derry maybe as well. And like, I genuinely do believe sort of like there's no limit to where this can go. But it's all well and good saying that, but there needs to be steps in place. So at the minute, I'm just looking at next event, and then I have next steps after that. But really, realistically, I'm probably only looking 1-2 months ahead max.
Yeah,
because so much changes.
Fresh teas as well.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so these are going on sale at our event here on Sunday. So I've had these made for a while. I've wore them at the third event. And people liked it. The material's really good. And again, it's going to be trial and error.
Yeah.
If they sell, happy days. See if they don't sell, oh well. I've got 38 t-shirts that are just going to
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, so they'll get used somehow. But like, again, this could be something that we go, we might go down clothing. Again, I just don't know. Just trial and error, and I have no issue with that. I have no issue with these on Sunday if these don't sell. That's okay, because this isn't the mission. The mission is, are people connecting? Are people enjoying the events? That is the mission. If this comes along with it, happy days. If not, it's no problem.
Who guides you? Do you have like a mentor or anyone who keeps you right on doing these things?
Yeah. So Jenna Hill, who bought over this gym here, she's given me loads of help. Like, she's sort of been like a mini business mentor. Now, she didn't help me come up with the idea or like what the first event, but after I'd done the first event, and yes, so leading up to the second event, she gave me loads of help in terms of like making it a limited company, trademarking the name, things I need to be wary about. Like those things, I genuinely, if she wasn't here, I would still have that on my to-do list. And like, yourself, that's so important to get done early. And so she's been massive help, and the best thing about Jenna is she is devil's advocate. It's been brilliant. Like, there's been so much positive feedback, but she just calls me out. Not even calls me out, gives me the worst scenario, and that for me, I hate it at the time.
Hearing that?
Yeah, absolutely hate it. Like, just like, because I get worried, but it puts me into like, it gives me like rocket fuel. I'm like, right, sweet, like, and I'll just blast out what needs to get done.
You certainly need that pressure, I feel like.
100%. Like,
if you didn't have that, you'd be sort of, I guess, like floating nearly off.
Yeah, and there's such a fine line, because I was on that like rocket fuel for the first 3 events. So the first 2-3 months, that's what I was like every day.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, got so much work done. But like, I was sleeping. I would wake up genuinely every hour or two throughout the night. I went from like 74 kg to like 68. So I lost 6 kilos just from not sleeping right, not eating right, training. It was mad. Like, the worst I knew, I got to it one day. So before the second event, I came here this morning to train like at 6 a.m. because I just couldn't sleep. And as soon as I like lifted, like, so I did about 3 sets of like pressing. And as soon as I'd done that, it felt like a wee bit of stress had been lifted off my body. And then like that carpet over there, I slept there for like 2 hours. My body just went like shut down. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. So don't get me wrong, it's really good having that fuel for a bit to be like, oh, I need to get stuff done, or what about X? But like, long term, there's no way I can do that. But that's just again, trial and error, and you know, it can't all be good news, like, you know. But that's a personal thing, like, you know, that's just something I need to work on.
What about like the future for, we know what the future's like for Sober Social, what about for yourself?
Again, don't know. I just know in the future, like, I just want to be helping people. Like, there's no set, I don't have like a, what do you call them? You know, like where you put up different images.
Vision board or something?
Yeah, I don't have a vision board. I rate them. I've just never got around to doing them. But you know, I don't have that I want to be X in 5 years. I just, the purpose I'm feeling now, I want to be feeling that in 5 years. If
Yeah.
I've lost that, I've done something wrong. You know, so for me, it's always, and what gives me that is always doing new stuff, always evolving, and then always helping people. If I'm not helping people, like, I know, and it's not me being like really like noble, like, oh, I just want to help as many people. Like, I get so much from helping people, like, you know, and you know it yourself, you know, if you do something good, you get so much back from it, internally and then also externally as well. But it's that feeling of, you can go to bed at night and going like, oh, well, I helped someone today. So it's about, it's a selfish thing as well, basically, what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say I'm like Robin Hood here or something.
Where can, I guess, people join, or what if someone wants to get involved, how can they do it? Go
Just message. Instagram's the main platform, like where you'll see you know, you'll see all our content and stuff. If you message the Sober Social Instagram page, join, I will get round to you, like adding. I don't have like a bot set up, like loads of people have like a bot set up to add people. I still just do it myself. I think I'm a control freak in that way. But if you message the page, join, then I'll send you a link to join the WhatsApp. But as I said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on WhatsApp. I want to move it, you know, towards a membership model, but definitely follow the Instagram, Sober Social _ I think it is.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
No, Michael, thank you so much for having me. That was brilliant.
Is there anything you want to talk about when you're here? Anything you really want to help you or the business? Anything that I'm all out of questions?
No, I can't really. No, honestly, I feel like, yeah, I covered more or less everything that I wanted to.
Yeah. But I seen your stuff and I really wanted to help out in a way, and I thought, like, if we do a podcast, I want to try to do our part and like give back and see you guys do well. I knew Ross, I think, was involved, I think, before I even knew about it. So
Ross, I'm still trying to get you to one.
yeah. But I know loads of guys, actually. I've even said to them, like, this is some like a Sober Social thing where like
Yeah.
guys and girls go, like, and I feel like, yeah, I think they're gonna go. Don't think I've been yet, but like, I can count with probably one hand how many. Fucking loads, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 2 hands. But no, mate, thank you so much.
No, Michael, thanks for having me on.
We'll hopefully get this out as soon as we can and help as many people as we can. But thank you so much. That has been all from the official Young Hunger podcast. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.